You at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally you know.
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. The old Cal Bear, Brandon Mebane, gets the sack. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication.
And a pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Here's Matt Weil now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
Let's go. Take over 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Hey, watch the slant, watch the slant. Watch the slant, watch the slant.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Rivers hands off to Eckler. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Set 180. Set 180. Check. Mike 42. Gotta do better. Come on, QB. Come on.
Working out of the gun, Rivers. And it's complete. Henry. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
We play to win. Let's go.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. It's caught on the right side, Williams. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on 2nd and goal. From the gun, Rivers. That is caught at the 7-yard line. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. they become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Now Eckler. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Austin Eckler on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns as his guys continue to pour it on. Badgley on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, so the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. This fielded at the 2.
Let's go. The Chargers take over 1st and 10.
The Charger drive about to get going. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. First down, and they stick with Eckler. And it's a fumble. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Jahan, 180. Mike, 49. Check, 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 check.
Cousins now after the fumble recovery. Lets it fly for Thielen. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Adrian Phillips. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Well, pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes this forward for about 6. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 30-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Wait, 89.
Now a give, right side. It's Jackson, and he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
All right, green 80. Hey, Delta.
Yo. What?
On 3rd down, here's Eckler. And he loses the football a 2nd time. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No 1st down.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. On is the Chargers punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Now Collins. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Jatavis Brown there on the tackle. They'll try and run for it with Collins. And it was the stiff arm there that freed him enough to get the first before he's tackled. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. There's a 1st down run with Collins. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. It's Melvin Ingram on the tackle. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
All right, now here we go.
They'll try to throw now. Cousins going deep for Diggs. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And this will be down just inside the 30-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touch. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Everson Griffin, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Hey, 79! 79!
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Hey, orbit!
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. Hey, here we go. Mike.
Alpha!
Right there in the middle.
Here's Rivers. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
42, 942.
Hey, Zoo!
Play fake. Rivers. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10. Now Cousins, and that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Cousins going deep for Diggs. That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are able to strike for 6. Bailey got the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I
we
enjoy.
share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this 1st down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. It was Devontae Downs who made the tackle.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Going on the ground with Eckler. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
On the ground, it's Eckler. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the 1st. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now.
It's 4th down.
On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. .46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds them to just 3 on the return. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. The left side caught by Diggs. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a 1st down. Cousins now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Bravo.
And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Cousins now. High throw, but the catch is made. That's just his 2nd catch of the game. They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept him silent.
Defensive football 101. Don't let the best player on offense beat you. Take him out of the game, and they've done a great job of doing that.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And now here is another interception. picked off by the linebacker, Jatavis Brown. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and come back to Carson after this. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Brings up 3rd down and 2.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Check 3, check 3. Hey, go orange. Orange. Recon, 132 fighter. Hey, hey, hey.
50 seconds to Mike. Here we go.
Hey, easy.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down. What a great surprise Austin Eckler has turned out to be. That's the kid that was undrafted out of Western State, signed with the Chargers in 2017, and then last season, 554 yards at 5.2 yards per carry, and then he was also effective catching the football. 39 receptions, over 400 yards there. A great compliment to Melvin Gordon. They'll try the right side with Eckler. And oh my goodness, he loses it again. And the Vikings pick up the football. The big fella past the 20, 10. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. So hold the phone here, Charles. I'd kind of written them off, but after that touchdown, it's certainly a long way still to go, but stranger things have happened.
Well, when you're going to have big second-half comebacks, plays like that have to be involved.
Extra point up and good by Bailey, and that will get them one closer. So